Hi, it's Mark from Training Spark, and in this video we're going to take a look at version 4.17 of LearnDash, which was released in September 2024. As always, we'll head to learndash.com/release-notes to check out what's new. And we can see here there's two features, and one of these says added basic reports. Now there's a bit more to this. What they've essentially done is shuffled around some functionality from one plugin into another and then rebuilt another, and they've created a web page to go alongside this update. But what I can hopefully do here is show you how that has happened and give you a bit more information about this. Essentially what they've done is created this thing at the top, a new version of ProPanel. And some of you may already use ProPanel. It's a reporting suite that goes alongside LearnDash. And recently, LearnDash acquired another plugin company called Wisdom Labs and created a brand new version of ProPanel that has more features in it and more sort of customizable options for those reports. And what they've done is merged the previous version of ProPanel into LearnDash Core. So let's have a look at how that works. So I'm on a LearnDash platform here, and I'm just going to enable ProPanel so you can see this. So in all the versions of LearnDash, you could enable ProPanel and it was a separate plugin, and it looks a bit like this. So you have these reports here, and you can see what people are doing, in the courses, and you can filter by certain groups and courses and things like that. And you can create some nice reports here and see breakdowns of where people are through their courses. What they've done now is merged what was a separate add-on into LearnDash LMS. So I'm just going to go to LearnDash LMS and update it. So I've got the update available here, which I'm going to apply now. And now that's updated, if I head to the dashboard, we'll see that those options are still available. And so we have this kind of built into the core LearnDash platform. And if I go to plugins, what we'll find is that ProPanel, as it was, it now is not activated anymore because that functionality has come into LearnDash. And even if I try to activate it, what it'll do is show a fatal error because it's trying to bring back in the same functionality it's already got. So now you've updated to LearnDash 4.17. We don't really need this anymore. This is more of a kind of a defunct plugin, isn't it? So that can now stay deactivated, or you could most likely delete that. And now we have this functionality in the core of LearnDash. So realistically speaking, if you didn't already have ProPanel, then this is a great update for you because you've got all these new reporting tools which can be used both in the admin interface and in the front end as well. You can add this interface via certain blocks you add in Gutenberg and shortcodes and things like that. So it's a really powerful tool and a great update for LearnDash Core. If you did already use ProPanel and you already had a previous version of it and it perhaps had it bundled as part of a purchase you had previously, then nothing has really changed there. You've just got that shifted into the core plugin rather than as a separate add-on. And what they've done now is created a separate ProPanel version, ProPanel 3, which you now have to buy. And it's a bit confusing as to what has gone on here. So it says, if you're an existing customer of ProPanel, as in you've bought that as a separate add-on, then you'll automatically receive the new version with the update. If you're an existing customer, like I was in this demo here, with a legacy ProPanel license, as it's calling it, then you would need to buy a new version of ProPanel, version 3.0, to be able to continue getting updates to that. And, you know, it is a separate plugin, realistically. It's got a whole separate interface and things like that. So, yeah, I think part of the confusion is that they've still called it ProPanel, and I'll come back onto that shortly. And if your existing reports, or you have an existing reports for LearnDash LMS Pro customer, then it says here you'll get it with a new pricing, which starts at $99 for a single site license. And if you use LearnDash Cloud, you'd automatically get ProPanel 3. So a lot of you will have to now buy an upgraded version of ProPanel if you want to keep it, but it is a separate thing, really. It's ProPanel 3.0. This interface is completely different, and you have a lot of customization here. There's enhanced visualizations and things that it's adding here. So it's almost confusing that they didn't just call it something else, LearnDash Reporting Plus or something like that, and treat it as a separate plugin. I think some of the confusion has come from the fact that it's almost hijacked another plugin and they've moved the old plugin into LearnDash. And I think that's caused some confusion among some people. But essentially, from here on in, ProPanel is now a separate thing that you can buy as a separate add-on, and it would have more of this sort of interface. And if you were used to it before, it's now been brought into Core, and you would still have all that functionality. And I would imagine, and I might be wrong on this, but any enhancements or vulnerability fixes or anything like that that would have happened in the ProPanel 2.x branch would now be picked up as part of LearnDash Core, because it's now within LearnDash. So hopefully that sort of makes sense. Like I say, if you didn't already have ProPanel installed, this is a great update because you get all of these extra features. If you did, there's probably not a huge amount of change here, but if you do want a more enhanced version of ProPanel, then there is a new plugin that you can buy to get that has this enhanced information here. So I'll just quickly look at the other item. It says added custom label support for virtual instructors. So LearnDash added virtual instructors as a new feature in the previous version. And I believe you still have to turn this on via experiments here and then switch on virtual instructors. But what they've done here, as I understand, is under advanced and then custom labels, there would now be a option here like there is here. So you'd be able to rename what a virtual instructor is. So you can see here we've got virtual instructors here, which is where you would set that up. If I wanted to call it, say, virtual tutor or virtual tutors, I can now save that, and that should rename that in the interface like it does there. So I hope you find that useful. I appreciate that's probably a slightly confusing update, and it is probably worth having a look at this link here to explain a bit more about that and what's changed as part of the update. If you did like the video though, please give it a like, and if you'd like to see more like this, please subscribe to the TrainSpark YouTube channel.